It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. In 2007, Toni Carey, founder of Black Girls Run, faced a huge problem. It was the statistic that 80% of Black women were either overweight, considered obese, and weren't really working out. So, motivated by this, she started running just to break the stereotypes and challenging the societal norms. Little did she know that this personal challenge that she faced would turn into the incredible movement that it is today. You see, here's the backstory. Toni and her friend Ashley struggled because they joined these running groups and they found out they were not only the only Black women there, but often the only people of color. And they felt isolated in a sport that they were beginning to love, which was running. So that prompted them to start sharing their story. And as they shared their story, the movement was created, which we know today as Black Girls Run. However, this rapid growth, which a number of folks were interested in, it created a problem. It was, how do they get it going and build it with a solid foundation? And the reason they questioned that was they had a background. Yes, they did. Communications and PR. So what Toni and Ashley decided to do was just start a blog. And this was in 2009. And said, look, we're going to invite women nationwide. What an incredible idea. Just to run with them wherever they were. The power of community and word of mouth turned their movement into a thriving business. So much like a successful sales strategy, they really employed regional ambassadors, volunteers, spreading the word, and then they did something that every CEO needs to do, which they expanded out. And when they reached out and got into Shopify, they were able to streamline the process in their operations, which showcases multiple revenue streams coming in. So what's the big takeaway for you as a CEO? You can adopt the story of Black Girls Run. It highlights the importance of having a sales strategy, a sales system, and a sales funnel in place, coupled with sales leadership, allowed them to scale the business and be open to new opportunities and the possibilities in the areas that many thought wasn't possible. And as a CEO, isn't that one of the challenges? How do you stand out in a noisy place and at the same time make an impact, have a sustainable business that allows you to be highly profitable? You do that, and just like Black Girls Run, you'll be very, very successful. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. I want to welcome you to the CEO Sales Huddle. I'll be your host. Thanks for joining, by the way. Every morning we start off with our mantra. Just like you wake up in the morning, and I'm sure you have a mantra that you do as well. And one of our mantras is so true, which is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And I want you to repeat that after me, not because you're not familiar with the term, but as a CEO, I want you to say it out loud so you start projecting the possibilities, no matter how hectic your schedule is as a CEO. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Now, why is that important as a CEO? Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. So selling is really serious business. Now, we're going to move now to our pledge. Now, we have a mantra, and then we do a pledge, and then we're going to get going here. Our pledge every morning as a CEO. And this is something that you do. This is a habit. People form habits, and habits form future. So it's all about rituals and habits. So one of our habits, every morning we recognize, it's a mindset that we adopt, that we must learn, earn, and return. Now, I want you to repeat this after me. I have to learn something new. There it is right there. In order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return, I must learn, I must earn, and I must what? Return. Now, every morning we get together as a CEO, we have a couple objectives. And our number one objective when we get together is sales growth. Now, why is sales growth important? Well, we need revenue in the business, which you already know, in order to execute the vision we have for the people we were called to serve. So it's never about a money problem as a CEO. It's always about a sales problem. So once we fix sales, we see sales growth. That means there's revenue coming in. The business is headed typically in the direction we want it to go to. Now, the second reason we show up every single morning, and one of our objectives of the CEO Sales Huddle, is also to address any roadblocks. Black Girls Run had a roadblock. Yes, they did start a community, but that doesn't mean people are going to show up. Yes, they did start a blog, but that didn't mean people were going to show up. Yes, they did have marketing, I'm sure, and had a lot of fancy words going on, but it was their sales strategy, their sales system, their ambassadors that allowed them to really build that business to what it is today. So what roadblocks are holding you back? And then third objection that we have every single morning is really to understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know in order to understand to grow the business. There's 5 sales pillars. Now I'm going to give you these 5, and then we're at the 5-minute mark, and then we're going to move on. But even if you're not in business and you just happen to tune in this morning, you're going to benefit from this as well. So there's 5 sales pillars. The first sales pillar is sales planning. So if you're watching right now and you don't have a one-page CEO sales plan, now I didn't say a revenue goal. My 7-year-old niece can freaking do a revenue goal. She can add all your bills, add your aspirations, say this is how much money you need every freaking month. No, we need a sales strategy, we need a sales system, and we need sales funnels to get to that number. I'm not minimizing the goal. What I'm suggesting to you is you can go over to www.ceosalesplan.com. Download the one-page sales plan. Now, you might have a one-page plan for your life in certain areas, but as a CEO, this will drive the business. There's no cost. It didn't exist. We created it, so it would solve your biggest problem, which is, hey, what should I be focused on? What should the sales organization really be focused on, okay? And I'm blessed to have conversations all day long with different CEOs and entrepreneurs and business owners, and this has been a game changer. Number 2 is sales cycle. What's the cycle that your clients go through? What's their journey? Number 3 sales pillar is the sales messaging. It's the words that we're using because we buy into the idea that our words will make us rich. Now, you might be hearing this for the 10th time. Maybe you tune in every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a good reminder. It's top of mind to you. You pick one of the 5 sales pillars that you got to focus on, but you've got sales planning, sales cycles, sales messaging, sales indicators, which we're going to do with the CEO Sales Dashboard. So we give you the tools as a CEO. Isn't that great? Like you can come in with other CEOs and you could be in this community, in this place, in this space. And number 5 is you have to build a sales team. I mean, if you are the number 1 sales team, you will always be the number 1 salesperson. That's why you're the freaking CEO, right? You are the Messiah. Well, I shouldn't say that because many of you might not be Christians. I happen to be a Christian, so I don't want to go there. But you are the messenger for your business, okay? You really are. Okay, it's not a new idea, but I want you to hear me like you've never heard me before. I want you to tune in, and I want your mindset to shift and be thinking today, if I can't focus on sales, I can't be in business. What's the focus for the sales organization? And you can go back and watch this. You can go back and watch this replay, and you'll see the business shift. So what is the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle? Well, for those folks that tune in every single day and you're here at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, do me a favor. It's a good time to check in. So you can look right below the video, and you can put hashtag I'm here. Now, why do you do that? You're a CEO. You can see me. I can't see you. Isn't it great to connect? Isn't it great just to do a shout out to say, hey, I'm able to show up, Shay. I found this broadcast wherever you're watching it. If you can do it, put hashtag I'm here. Now, if you're watching the replay, you got to hold this long lost video file, or maybe it's on one of our streaming platforms like a podcast, or you're on Roku or Apple TV or Amazon or Hulu, wherever you found this at and you're watching now, just put a hashtag replay. Hashtag replay. If you can't do that, do me a favor, because I like to connect. I answer every single one. It's a lot of fun. I always take a minute and do this every day, every morning, because I love connecting with folks. No matter where you are in the world, just go over to @IamCheBrown at the 9-minute mark, @IamCheBrown, and connect. And let's just start the relationship. Let me know you're here. Okay. Why do we get together? And then we're going to get into the CEO dashboard. CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. And we really got 3 objectives. Our number 1 objective is sales growth. As a CEO, and this is just a reminder, okay? For some of you, this is old news. For others of you, you're like, Shay, I never thought of it that way. Didn't even wake up this morning thinking about my sales organization. I just thought about what I got to do, right? Your number 1 goal as a CEO, your responsibility is to grow the business. And the only way to do that is to bring in new clients. So you have to go out every single day, or in your team, and have to go out and evangelize the message. And then as a result, new clients join your organization. That's sales growth. You can grow the revenue by going back to existing clients. That's a process by itself, but we're not trying to grow revenue. So it's about sales growth. How do we grow the revenue? Number two, it's a great place to tune in for just accountability. For some of you, just in this conversation, it's top of mind to you. And one of the top distinctions we teach is you stay in a conversation like this with other folks in the community, and these ideas are top of mind to you. When they're top of mind to you, you're just more likely to execute. You think about anything in your area. When you're top of mind to you, drinking water, you drink more water, right? It's just what happens. Okay, now we only ask for 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day, so that's 1% of your day. There are 1,440 minutes in every day. Our number one outcome, number one, is $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Now, some of you, that doesn't get you excited, and that's okay. You can double that number. For others of you, that really gets you excited. And so that's why we show up, and that's our number one goal, and that's our outcome. We're going to move now to the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, we're at the 11-minute mark, and the CEO Sales Dashboard is the number one tool that CEOs use to get to $100,000. I mean, you don't get to $100,000 because you wake up one day and by osmosis, you blink your eyes, you believe, and all of a sudden something happens. Okay, typically it doesn't work that way. For some of you, it does. But for many, it doesn't happen that way. Just like you don't wake up one morning and say, I want to be healthy and fit. No, you don't close your eyes and there it is. Okay, there's things that we have to do. And so we create the CEO Sales Dashboard because you as a CEO has so many things going on in your life. So many things going on in the business. It's like, how do I tune in for 15 minutes, Shay? And what's one area that I can look at that's going to be easy? And what are the sales indicators that the sales organization needs, and I need to make sure they have the resources. That's your role as a CEO, to make sure the sales organization has the resources it needs. Well, there's leads, there's appointments, there's offers, there's deals, and there's repeat business. Okay. Now, if you don't have the CEO Sales Dashboard, you can go download it now, but I want you to open it up. How do you download it? Let me show you how you can download it. How do you download it? Go to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Again, www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Once you get there, or ceosaleshuddle.com. Once you get there, follow the instructions. Okay, once you've got it downloaded, we're going to tune it back in. It's going to look like this. Here we go here. And it has, on the left-hand side, it has columns going down, or rows going down. We got leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. And going across the top, which is really easy to follow, we got 1 through 31. And I want you to tune in for a moment. And I want you to go in, and we're not going to talk about appointments today. We're not going to talk about leads today. We've done that. Today I'm going to talk about deals. But I do want you to go to the top column and say, wow, how many new leads went into my database yesterday? Then I want you to look below that and ask yourself, how many appointments did my team set yesterday? How many appointments did they run yesterday? What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. A very simple idea. Easy to understand, easy to execute. But when I work with CEOs, 99% of CEOs do not have this because we created it. You may be able to go into your CRM system, but that's kind of complicated, okay? It really is. So I'm going to go into one area. Now, if you're filling this out while we're here, and that's why you show up, I got email. I don't talk about those, but if someone sent me a note, I'll just say this and say, hey, I fill mine out every morning during the show. Fine. As a CEO, that's probably the best use of your 15 minutes. I'm be honest with you. There's 1,440 minutes in every day. Best use of your time right now is doing exactly what we're doing here. Now, let's look at the categories. And as we look at the categories, let's tune in for a moment. I need here. Here we go. And let's move this over here. And today I'm going to go into one area. And the area I'm going to go in today is deals. So, we have leads, appointments, offers, deals. There's subcategories in there. You can change those subcategories. But I used to look at deals in the past as if it either closed, got the credit card, got the wire payment received in the bank. Maybe they signed the agreement, whatever it is. And it was an all or nothing approach. And what I learned for myself in working with many of the clients and CEOs that I work with every day is that's not the only measurement. There was a lot of actions. There was a lot of activities. There were a lot of tactics. If you're listening right now, you can put this in your notes. Tactics woven together equal a strategy. So there's multiple tactics that we do, and those tactics equal a strategy that gets us here. So a deal here, and I know I got to move on with the 14-minute mark, is it closed. How many deals closed yesterday? And what was the value of the deals that closed? Some of you put the product. Someone sent me their spreadsheet the other day and it showed the product, the deal, the revenue. That's fine. You can go update the spreadsheet. It's yours. But then if the deal didn't close, how many are in what we call pending status? Now, pending status is important because you put the effort in. All right, you took the right activities. You went to the gym. You worked out. Maybe you didn't see the weight change right away. Maybe you didn't get the results you want that day, but you put in the work. You put in the reps. So we look and say, what's pending? Well, hot to me are here. Here are deals that we've asked for the order. It's in a pending status, and it's going to close, our projections are, in the next 5 to 10 days. Now, hopefully in 5 days, it's really, really hot, right? But in 10 days, and it could be a number of reasons. I don't want to get into that right now. Number 2 is how many leads are warm. Warm meaning that they can close in the next 10 to 20 days. Cool, not bad. And then how many leads are just cold? Cold means 20 plus days. Now, it doesn't mean they're not going to buy. I didn't say that. I recognize the importance of follow-up. We know the fortune is in the follow-up, and that's important. It just means when you reconnect, when you join the next meeting, the next Zoom call, however you're connecting back with them, that we know we're starting further out. We may have to bring them back present because in their life, in their business, and whatever they're responsible, so many things have happened in 30 days. And you think all the number of transactions you have as a CEO. And recognizing that allows us to have a different strategy and different approach when we go back. Now, some folks can just wing it. They can shoot from the hip, shoot from the lip, be continuously, spontaneously brilliant. They can wing it off their intuition, but that's not a system. That's not a strategy. But it does work, but it's kind of hard for them to transfer that to other people in the organization. And isn't that what you're building at the end of the day? Hopefully you bought into the philosophy. I got to go. The philosophy, and maybe I'll go into this in the message of the day, that success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. So as a CEO, you know the importance of, I know this, but that's why we have this as CEO Sales Huddle. It's a place where we can just come in, talk about what's going on in the sales organization, talk about things we're going to do to make the sales organization more effective, more efficient. And we know that's the engine and that's the oxygen. Sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out. Anytime someone tells me there's more money going out than coming in, I know there's no sales. And as a CEO, they need more sales coming in. So you're at the right place. You're in the right conversation. Thanks for showing up. It's not a beat me up session. I promise you that. This is just us as CEOs understanding that these are things we have to do to really have a highly profitable business that allows us to impact the lives of the people we were called to serve. And many times it takes money to have that meaning in the world. It really does. Okay, let's go celebrate some wins, and then we're done. And we're at the 17-minute mark. I'll go through this. And we do 60 seconds on each one. Let's take them away to celebrate wins. So here we go. Celebrate wins. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So we're going to step back and understand, what are we most proud of? For the sales organization yesterday, put that down in your notes. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. The CEO, we're looking at the sales organization. What are you most proud of yesterday? Now, you got to go look at that CEO sales dashboard in many cases. That'll tell you in many cases, what was the biggest accomplishment yesterday for the sales organization? Like, seriously, CEO, you're looking at the sales organization. What was the biggest accomplishment? And then what do you want to brag about today? If you could step back right now and just brag and say, here's what I'm most proud of, what would it be? But we also understand the world's not all rainbows, unicorns, and cupcakes every day. Okay, we know that. So now we're going to look at what are some of our hurdles. And powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. So we're going to ask ourselves some questions. And some folks are up just for this segment. I mean, this segment is the game changer. What was your biggest roadblock for the sales organization yesterday? What's preventing the sales organization from moving forward today? And as a CEO, what's the one thing that you can do that only you can do as a CEO that if you was to do it, it would help move the sales organization forward? Now, I don't get into all the things you can do as a CEO, but at the end of the day, the decision is yours. I'll close with this as our closing comments at the 19-minute and 37-second mark, that this success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. You understand that intuitively. You get it. You're a CEO. I understand that. But as you look at building different teams in the organization, I want you looking at the sales department, the sales organization, and understanding that that team is the core that makes everything else work. And as a CEO today, you tune in for these 15 minutes, in this case, 20 minutes. Think about that one question. What's the one thing you could do that you could give resources to the sales organization? That you can give the sales organization some of the tools it needs. And if you are the sales chief sales officer and you're the chief marketing officer and you're the CEO and you're the admin and you're the chief technology officer and you're the chief branding officer and you're the chief marketing officer, if that's you, it's okay. But I don't want you thinking as if it's you right now. I want you to think about the sales organization needs this. That's why we come together every morning for 15 minutes and the huddle was created. So as CEOs, we can get focused on the team, because if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. I want to remind you that you're amazing. You're a CEO. You're a game changer. You're an innovator. You're someone that's very special. You're an individual that's just tuning in right now because successful people all hold one common belief. Do you know what that belief is? It's the belief they can always get better. And so you're here to get better, not only as a CEO, but to grow and grow all those around. So thanks for tuning in. It's an honor and a privilege to serve. If you haven't yet, look right below the video. Just put a hashtag, I'm here. Just let me know you're in the building. If you're watching the replay, it's okay. Put hashtag replay. Put hashtag replay. Let's connect. Let's at least, I can't see you, but you can see me. Let's at least have that comment through the power of these fiber optic lines. Let's you and I connect. With that being said, my name, by the way, hasn't changed. It's still Che Brown. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless and keep doing God's work. We out of here. Peace, everybody. A lot of fun.